Now, there is now no longer, not an inch of room for any sane doubt about the time and the place of Barack Obama's birth or his parentage or the fact that he is a natural-born citizen of the United States of America.
Yeah, is it a fake? Yeah, anything is possible. If it's a fake, it's the greatest political conspiracy since Richard Nixon.
Yes, and then you went on to say there are a lot of people with the skills to create a fake document, such as a birth certificate. What did you mean by that?
Sir, who can create all kinds of things like that?
Do you believe that this could have been faked? Why are you pandering to paranoia? Why do you still have doubts about its authenticity as of getting it today? This is what I don't get with you people. You hang on to this like a religion. It's a cult almost.
I'm not pandering. Some people brought it up.
Yes, you are. You won't say, no, you were saying it could be true.
I'm sorry.
You think it's funny to say a person's not an American? You think that's a joke?
Depends on whether or not it's true.
Suppose it is true and you're just somebody having some fun with somebody and they walk up to you and say, hey, Judson Phillips, that's kind of a funny name where I come from. Are you really an American? You like that?
3 years later, 3 years of frivolous lawsuits, pointless legislation, and media coverage of her misguided crusade, Orly Tates got to see the president's long-form birth certificate. And the president himself addressing her concerns in a White House briefing.
Now, I know that there's going to be a segment of people for which, no matter what we put out, this issue will not be put to rest.
Orly Tates once said, even if I have to be a punching bag, it is still better than listening to the silence from the mainstream media.
Well, and certainly there are a lot of people with the skills to create a fake document, such as a birth certificate. If the birth certificate the White House offered out today is a fake, then we're watching the greatest political conspiracy since Watergate.
The mainstream media is not silent about the president's birth certificate, and today...
Why do you talk like this? Why don't you just say it's baloney and move on to the other conspiracy theories you prefer?
Is Orly Tates' day. Her 15th minute of fame has arrived. The story of the president's birth certificate is now over.
Chris,
it's not funny. This isn't funny.
It's the way I write,
world is laughing
and I'm
at us.
sorry if you don't like it.
Was this no, it's not a question of I don't like it. It's not true. That's the problem with it, sir. And by the way, I want an answer to my question.
Time out.
This is her first and last chance to discuss this subject on this program. She will now have the opportunity to rewrite 3 years of lies with a simple apology. Joining a document that was released today that she's never seen before in her life. And she wants to play with all of her other kids' toys, all of her other crazy documents.
I think it's the same people that have been asking for it today, which prompted him to release it today.
Let me ask you this, sir. Did you ever think of voting for Barack Obama for president?
Well, for 2.5 years, could say something responsive, something human. I invited a crazy person on the show to see. Now, there is now no longer, not an inch of room for any sane doubt about the time and the place of Barack Obama's birth or his parentage or the fact that he is a natural-born citizen of the United States of America.
You don't want to accept 100% he's one of our fellow Americans.
No, I have a problem with his policies.
Well, I hope I will have time to respond. It's nothing but a preemptive strike.
Do you see the light? What light? Have you seen the light? Yes! Yes!
Be questioning your patriotism, but today when you're having fun with this, baby, you're still pushing the wagon up the hill, weren't you? Senator Smith, do you have a problem with what the president did today?
Well, of course not. I just wish he would have done it about 2.5 years ago. You know, you got to understand. Well, my goodness, look at the campaign trail. This issue came up time and again during the campaign.
Did? What kind of people were asking for it? People that would have voted for him otherwise? Do you have the guts to say you believe he's a fellow American, as American as you are? There's no question about it. Can you say that?
Yes! Yes!
Fellow American, I want to keep pushing this. If you accept this as a fellow American, you have no questions about his birth.
Well, I
just
didn't say
yes.
I have none.
There's something that you have to have as a trapdoor, an escape route, you people. All of you have to have it. Somewhere when you go to bed at night, you put your head in the pillow. I can't really live with the fact he's our president.
I want you to talk about the birth certificate you saw today for the first time in your life. Do you accept the veracity of the birth certificate you saw today for the first time in your life?
2 years ago, so you and I don't have to talk about this 2 years later.
Okay, we're done. Thank you, sir. I think you still have a problem.
If a crazy person, faced with the thing that the crazy person was trying to get, are you now ready to apologize for the crusade that you have mounted against those simple truths?
If you look at it...
Yeah, we don't have to see it. Never mind.
It shows...
I want you to talk about the birth certificate that you saw today. I want you to... The Selective Service has nothing to do with proving his citizenship. Listen,
Obama,
you have to tell me whether you accept the truth of that birth certificate.
Let me respond.
No. Early tapes, you're not going to do... No, this is not where you come to do your madness.
Felony. Anybody else will be sitting in prison.
No, you're not going to talk about your nonsense. I want you to talk about the thing you've never seen before in your life. You begged for this. You begged for this document. You got this document. Talk about the document that entered your life today and proved that you were a liar. Talk about that document. Was he born in Hawaii? Do you believe he was born in Hawaii? According to the truth of that birth certificate.
Do you have any doubts? Don't give me the Latinate answer. Do you have any doubts about the man's birth as an American?
Do you feel like
yelling, behave like
Will you talk about his birth certificate?
what light? Have you seen a light?
Obama is committing Social Security fraud.
Are you going to talk about his birth certificate?
Social Security Barack Obama
All right, that's it.
is using...
Get her out of here. Get her off this show. Get out. You're not going to talk about the birth certificate or early tapes. Go home. You're fired. Go play with Donald Trump. Look, she's crazy. Great. This just gives us more time for Barney Frank. We'll be right back with Barney Frank.
Do you feel like yes, Jesus H. God Christ, I have seen the light.
You like that?
3 years later, 3 years. And the president himself addressing her concerns in a White House briefing.
Now, I know that there's going to be a segment of people for which, no matter what we put out, this issue will not be put to rest.
Yes or no on the birth certificate? Is that his birth certificate? Do you accept that?
Okay, are you going to let me speak?
No. Great. This just gives us more time for Barney Frank. We'll be right back with Barney Frank.